Hey everyone, the current Oakland Police Department problem is sad, but it has been a long time in the making, and for me it goes back to 2009 when the city was openly recruiting seemingly anyone that wanted to be a police officer that fit the bill, that was between 22 and 35, white and male. And they had a large banner on the building. Oakland Police Headquarters building could be seen from the Nimitz freeway, and it had the number to call for recruiting and all that. I remember thinking, the people they're going to get just off the street are going to represent a society that they're not really willing to deal with, and I was right. So prior to that, I had some friends who were informants on something called the Oakland Gang Prevention Task Force. Now that might sound like a cool community group, but no, these are police officers. These are bad cops by their own admission. And I remember we had cocktails once at George K's, and what we were talking about was, and I'm not sugarcoating this because I've actually blogged about it, is the necessity for some police officers to be bad to deal with the bad people that they deal with, okay? But what's happened in Oakland Police Department culture is that they have went overboard and hired more people who are like this, and now Oakland Mayor Libby Schaaf doesn't know what to do about it. And so, in Libby, who I've known for years, has had a somewhat Pollyannic view of how society works. And I don't mean to insult my god sister, obviously, but the problem that Libby has had is that she hasn't known people like the kind of people that take the Oakland Police positions. So she's in a position now where she's completely taken aback and trying to fix a culture that it's not that it's unfixable, it's fixable, but it's going to take years to fix. And it's going to take some hard decisions and hard lessons. And also she's going to have to change. Indeed, she's been made to change already. This city has changed. It's changed in some ways that are good in terms of business, in some ways that are bad in terms of, the little racism that you deal with just going down the street with someone that, white woman that sees a black guy coming down the street, she, shifts the side of the street, or they act nervous and all this other BS that indicates that they're a little bit, racist, So, or, people that don't say hi when they walk by you, they look down at their phone. So, all of this culture has to change if we are to get a better police department, and it's going to take years, right? So where we are is, what she has to do is, first of all, we really do have to hire Oakland first. We got away from that. And we have to hire people in Oakland. We have to screen them for cultural sensitivities. And look at their background, see if they had a violent past. I don't mean criminal arrest, just if, give their references, check the references. Did that person or persons exhibit a habit toward violence? Mark Furman had that, by his own admission. Mark Furman in the OJ trial had that problem. He said, I had a violent past, but then he said, before I was a cop. And we all know how that turned out. So we have a serious problem in this city. And it has manifested itself in a police department that no one has been proud of for a long time. People who are new to Oakland don't know anything about the Writers case. And the Writers case started in 2001. And there was a group of guys, again white, who would basically harm people in West Oakland who were black. And they would extort money from them, and they did a lot of things. And so it was the outing of these 4 police officers that led to the process that had the court-appointed organization over the police department today. Okay? That's where we are. And where even though we're still under court-appointed, oversight or watch, we arguably haven't done much to change things. And in the wake of Celeste go up, you could say we haven't done jack. Anything. At first I didn't feel sorry for Celeste, but now I do. I mean, she was young, she didn't know. But those guys were police officers. They were older, they knew better. And there were a lot of them, and not just in Oakland. And the simple fact that they're not just in Oakland means that the culture that I'm talking about, the problem, is multi-jurisdictional. So Libby's going to have a hard time straightening out the Oakland police culture because it just may be reflective of the kind of culture we have today, sadly. Stay tuned.